Introduction. Squid is full features web proxy case server application which is provide a proxy and case server for hypertext transport protocol HTTP and file poster protocol FTP and other purpose network protocol. So number two, Squid with jobs is to act as a proxy and case that save time and also act has the intermediary in the web transaction as a proxy. And third, we Squid is a free open source software released under the GUN General Public License (GPL) and the Free Software Foundation, and designed to run under the Unix-based system, but also be run on a Windows machine, include a Linux, FreeBSD, OpenBSD, Mac OS, and Sun Solaris, IBM, EIX, and HP UX. And four, on top of the Squid can case and proxy securing socket layer SSL request and DNS lookup as well as conduct transparent casing. And next we pass to Sophia for next presentation.
So for this part, this is some additional information about transparent proxy. So this is what we found. The transparent proxy, also known as inline proxy, interceptive proxy, or false proxy, is a server that intercepts the connection between an user or device and the internet. It is called transparent because it does so without modifying requests and responses. Squid Transparent Proxy Server is a popular open source transparent proxy tool. So in the diagram shows some example of transparent proxy deployment. So next is benefit or transparent proxy. Number one, enterprises experience greater control over how their customers interact with their services by routing and modifying requests as they come in. Second, users interact with web services more easily since their connections are seamlessly and irreversibly passed through the proxy, leaving configuration to the service provider. Next is the use of transparent proxy. Number one, proxy cache. Create copy of the data stored on the server and serve the cache content to user. This is reduce the strain on the web service by having the proxy provide the content instead of the service itself. Second, filtering proxy. It prevents access to certain websites or website services. They are commonly implemented by organizations to prevent users from accessing resources that are unrelated and destructive to the organization. And last but not least is gateway proxy. It modify or block network traffic based on certain rules. Location that offer public Wi-Fi often implement gateway that require user to register or accept an agreement before they can use the service. So I will pass to Hakim for the process of installation.
Assalamualaikum and good evening. So today I will demonstrate the installation and implementation of rules of Squid proxy. Okay, first, to install Squid, firstly we must update the software repository, and then just sudo apt install Squid. Or the shortest way will be sudo. Okay, and since we already installed the Squid, we cancel that. And then we went to Squid file, which is root etc/squid. And then we modify the squid.configuration file. Okay, our first rule is to block a particular website. So we go to Squid configuration and we use manual text editor. This is the rule to block the website. Firstly, we specify the IP address that we want to enforce the ACL rule, and then we give the name, which is SD100 for this rule. And then we specify what we want to do with the rule. Just we give the name block site. The domain is .tweet. We trying to block Twitter and Reddit. And then we deny the block site one with the IP on the IP address SD100, and we allow everything else. Okay, set the proxy. Okay, and that's done. And first we will try to open YouTube, which successful. And then we try Reddit. Okay, we got error, which it denies the connection for Reddit. Also Twitter. And we got error message, which it denies the connection. Okay, for the next rule, allowing internet access at specific time. So it's this rule. We do as previously, specify the IP address. We give name official hours, time, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So this time is already available in the documentation. And we only give permission at the following time. So this, and then we declare to only allow on this time only, and then deny if it's the other time. So I will activate this rule. And I will disable Tuesday to prove that this rule and Bing also show it failed to connect. And lastly, we restrict the specific format for of files. Okay, squid.com. So we enable this rule. reconfigure and restart. So before I show you the operation of this rule, I will first show you the configure the files that are being blocked for this rule. As you can see, we block executive file, MP4, MP3, zip, PDF, JPEG, and much more. So to demonstrate, I will show sample MP3 file. I will try to open the MP3 file and it failed, which means it violated the rule, and same outcome. So I will briefly explain why I use the website that use HTTP protocol instead of HTTPS. So Squid doesn't offer any packet inspection. So if it use encrypted um, port like HTTPS, it won't detect the file system. So that's one of the weakness of Squid. Okay, and this is my custom error page. Okay, so lastly, I will show you what it's like before the squid rule is activated and before the rule is activated. Yes, so what I'm gonna do is just disable all of the rule. I'm gonna try open again, and the view is successful. Same, successful. And the other one, Twitter, accessible, Reddit, accessible, and Google is back online. Okay, that's all from me for the demonstration. Thank you.
As a conclusion for this VPN, we made to study and implement as a proxy firewall, and Squid is for this study. Squid is widely available. Is most the Linux and other server-based OS such as FreeBSD and Unix, which is indicate its popularity in the server and network environment. Besides, the squid can be categorized as a transparent proxy in the intercept, traffic, and the filtering based on the rule and does not modify the packet from the server and or the client. Lastly, Squid offer flexibility in the file configuration. For example, in displaying error page, which we can use to the customer the error according to the organization design of the customize the website. And thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, Robert.